Sometimes it's very hard to be creative, so I'm going to show you today a painting that I've done just using the resources that I have to hand, so the internet, some books or postcards, just to create a beautiful painting and something that's really good for the mind and just having time for yourself, especially during this time. So let's do this, and don't forget to subscribe, and yeah, let's do it. Alright guys, so I normally paint on my kitchen table, so that's where I am right now, and I just want to show you some of the resources that I use, which you can also use. You don't have to go out and buy flowers necessarily. We have so much information. We've got the internet, we've got Pinterest, like I said, and we've got magazines and books. So I'm just going to show you some of the things that I use. So magazines I buy, Vogue or Elle, and these are just really great, especially when they've got great color references. If you're a print designer or a student and you want to see what's on trend, it's really good to get the magazines and look at those and pin these up. Love this one with the patchwork flowers. Again, I just use magazines for probably color reference more than anything. Like I said, Pinterest, I've just printed this out. If you've got a printer, that's great. If not, and you've got a laptop, then why not just have your laptop or even your phone? I do use my phone. I paint from my phone or my iPad, and I have a library of flowers that I've photographed, or I just have the Pinterest app up, or just look through the internet. And the point is, you're not really copying, you're just using them for inspiration, the images that you choose. I've got postcards that I've brought here. This is from the RHS. Again, these are just great for detail and for color as well. And here are some of my photographs. This is the one you saw me printing earlier on. This is the daily, which I'm going to use. And I take all kinds of photographs. Some I brought when I bought them at the home, or if I go out, I take photographs. They're just great for composition and layout. And what I tend to do is I like to mix my flowers when I'm working on a design or a print. I've got vintage fabrics here as well, which I collect on my travels. And again, books are great. This is a great one, Flowers of the World. You can get this on Amazon, I think. And I normally buy these books from charity shops, like this one here. I think I bought this for about £2. And this is a good one as well. Wildflowers of Britain. I think the point of reference is it's always good to just have something in front of you to draw from. Like I said, be it fabric, be it a magazine, or photographs. And I'll also talk to you about some of the materials that I use. I don't always stick to one thing. I do like watercolour. I like using these Ecoline inks, they're great. You can also just buy these Winsor Newton inks as well. I'll put these in the description below. You can buy these on Amazon. And I've recently been introduced to these. Believe it or not, these are not expensive. I just did a workshop with some students, and these are great, and they come in all shapes. Sorry, they come in all kinds of colours, and these are quite cheap. So if you're on a budget, you don't have to spend lots of money. The point really is painting at home. It's really just during COVID or during this lockdown, it's just to relax and enjoy yourself and just kind of switch off from what's going on in the world. I've also bought these, and I might do another YouTube on these watercolors. These are from Japan, slightly different than the Winsor Newton. They're bigger palettes, and these are great. I've used these recently as well. So there's loads of options as well. You can buy all kinds of paints, and they don't all have to be expensive. Brushes, I've got loads here. I've got these flat brushes. I like to use an 8, 9 or 12, or sometimes I like to use a 1 or a 2 size as well. And really, and some water, and that's really all I need today just to get me started. So I'm going to use this photograph that I took, and I'll probably use some of my other photographs as well. And yeah, I'm just going to get started and just enjoy sitting here and just painting. Okay, so now with everything set up, I'm just ready to paint. I'm looking at this photograph of a dahlia that I took, and I'm not being precious about what I do, in the sense I don't want it to be precise as such. So I'm just really experimenting on how I do it. So what's really more important is just that you are enjoying the process. This is why, for me, during lockdown, or any time really, I just enjoy painting because it makes me forget about things, and it's really good for me just to sit here and paint. This is the fun bit. And if it helps you, just put some music on. I tend to enjoy relaxing music. I suppose it really just depends on what mood I'm in, I guess. I don't know about you, but I think for me, painting flowers just bring a sense of connection, I guess, connection to nature. It brings a sense of peace. Can't really explain it in words, I guess, but I think there is something to be said for just the beauty of flowers and nature. There is just something precious about it for me. I've always felt that. Maybe some of you have as well, but there's just something really nice about it, and I just definitely feel like a connection. It makes me happy, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna carry on just doing the basic. Sometimes for me it's not just using the inks. I like to mix my materials as well. So for example, I like to use the Japanese watercolour palette. Just gives it something else as well. You can mix and match these. There's nothing to say you can't use both. Paint the rose. Again, what's nice when you have your own photographs is you can really just put your own composition together. It really is just about the process. If you can find anything in your house, even if it's just sketching, a pencil, a pen, just something just to give you that time out. This whole process really is about being creative during lockdown and just having, you know, the motivation to get up and do something with your time, because otherwise you can just be sitting there and thinking about stuff. And really what you want to be doing is just spending the time focusing on the painting. It's also about just being in the moment, being present, and just focusing on the design or just the flower and thinking about the color. And as you can see, I've obviously speeded it up, but now I'm gonna start putting some final details just to bring the whole picture painting together. And then once you've done that, it's just a question of just cutting your artwork. Obviously be careful when using a scalpel knife, and I've just used an old frame that I had lying around the house and just put it in there. You can mount it with a mount board, but this one is A3, so it fits perfectly on the frame. And there you go. So you know, once you've done that, you can then just hang it up or just mount it on a table, or this is in our kitchen again. And yeah, I'm really pleased with it, and I really hope that this session helped you in your time during COVID.